But since I'm going to heaven, I want rest in peace. I want lip, like lip, not rip, but I want lip, loud in peace. But not in peace. I want to be whole. I don't want to be. I am. I want those type of things. I'm gonna make one big Sesame Street Muppet show out of Allah's life if I go to. I am going to heaven. I just said the words. That is what I'm gonna do. Oh. I would make, like, out of Allah's life, I would make like one big Muppet show out of heaven, but not an annoying one. Like actually a very loving one. It's very good. He likes read the book because he knows, and those type of things. I'm gonna make one Muppet show that you know is loving. It's not annoying. It's those type of things. Corey Wayne told me that, or a coach told me, you know, and he's trustable because his last name is Wayne, just like Bruce Wayne from Batman. He told me that people always tell you who they are, so believe them. My father once told me, like, you know, it's funny if I should just go to you, like with you to the desert, and then I'm serious. I would just lead you there to show you what real life is. Well, he is literally sitting with his fat ass on the, you know, when he comes home, he's sitting with his fat ass. He sits there on the couch, and you know, life just passes him by like he's a zombie or something. That sometimes the Joker comes out of him. Like, what a total creep. And you know, he's sitting there like Predator, like a fucking fat, like a fucking, I don't know. He lost his house and he's mad for me for losing, you know, his little 4,000 euros. You know, he's mad. He's literally mad. But when I'm not there, he just sits there thinking he's in such a good, that if Allah looks at him, that Allah loves him for who he is because he always praises Allah. But in the meantime, he's just a fat, you know, like a, you know, like one of those sand sacks that you sit on and you game on cool. Like he just sits there like a sack of potatoes, and he just like with his eyes just half on his lids are like half closed. He doesn't care. He doesn't even care about all the cool movies he had. He doesn't even think about all the things he lost. But he's just there to teach, I guess, to tell the truth. You know? And I just supposed to believe him, you know. But if I talk to him, he doesn't have ear for half things. You know. So he just sits there. He thinks Allah likes him, but the only way he gets through that is just by praising Allah, saying, Allah did this, and Allah's real, look at this sign in the earth. You know? And that is how he thinks, I don't know, that, you know, I do know, I've seen it all, I know exactly what I'm talking about. He thinks that Allah, you know, that is good enough for something, but he didn't even teach Allah's message to me, and he lost his house, everything. I want to make this good. I'm not trying to talk him like an idiot. I want to speak him up. I want to elevate him, but he doesn't have ear for all these things. And now he's mad, you know. If he sees me, he's always acting like some kind of weird scarecrow. But in the Book of Allah, parents are allowed to do this, and you know, so you know, but I don't accept that. So that is how I think, you know, he gets away with it in the eyes of Allah. But that's not, I don't have to accept that, but I want to talk up to him. I think the reason why you have to respect your parents is because what you say, that is what you are yourself. So I want to make my father smart, but there's this wall around that I have to put a bridge upon. I'm not gonna fight my father. I'm not gonna betray my father. But my father has no reference. He's on top of the family food chain, so to speak. Therefore, no one can talk to him. And there's this, you know, there's a riddle. Maybe it's some kind of like Disney magic thing. You have to be nice to people. And also you have Finding Nemo, where Marlin says, "You think that you can do everything, but that's not true, Nemo." And then Nemo goes away. Well, I was tired of the things that my father was lazy about. He didn't even want to sit with me in a park and just have a little picnic. He was like, "I don't like going outside." He lost everything that he is as a person, and he's just fat sitting there on the couch. But there's this rule in the universe that you cannot talk about your parents in a bad way. Because if you okay, I just talked about blood points. If I make a video, you have to honor your parents. If I make a video game character that's called my father, you better make it a good character, because it is going to influence, like, you know, like voodoo. It's sort of like good voodoo. Everyone you heard about voodoo is always bad, like a creepy doll, you put needles in it. But I'm doing voodoo. I make Fallout 4. I called the character the name of my father, and I'm giving him all these perks, right? All these perks that are good: charisma, strength, and with these blood points that are you still following? So games are Call of Duty Ghosts talk about, you don't know, you have been protected by. This is why Call of Duty has such an important role in the universe. Call of Duty Ghosts says, you have been protected by technology. You don't know how the real world is. And I just thought, what my father said to me is, I am gonna take you to the desert and leave you there so that you know how the real world is. He told me that laughingly, like he's the Joker. He's like, ha ha ha. You know, like that scene when Joker is hanging upside down, he's like the creepiest laugh. My father, with that sort of spirit, because he really talked up to the Joker. He really likes Heath Ledger, but he's still choosing the villain in there, and I think that's bad. I don't like the new Joker movie because, you know, it's just, you're on the side of the bad guy. I don't like that. But the thing is, you have to honor your parents, so you cannot talk bad about them. If you call your father an idiot, it makes you also an idiot, because you are affected by him. You are his son. Wat je zegt ben jezelf. What you say, that is you. So you better be nice, because if you call someone an idiot, you might be an idiot, especially if it's your father. But I still have to talk about these things, because even though I say these things, I want to make him better, and I'm gonna do that. So those type of things. But I cannot come near him because he forgot all the things that he did, and then looks in sort of like envious that I lost his 4,000 euros. You know, but I'm still gonna make, you know, I want to do all these things to make it better. And I just said in the previous video, right before you know, before he took my life, I said, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So I'm going to go to heaven, and I'm going to make one big loving Muppet show out of heaven if I get there. And Corey Wayne has the last name of Bruce Wayne's Batman, and he told me, if someone tells you who they are, believe them. And I'm telling you this about the Muppet Show and going to heaven. I'm telling you this. So if someone tells you who they are, believe them. Corey Wayne's words.